All right. Yeah. Okay. So, welcome back to another Kahoot live stream. I don't know how many I've done of these in a row. Probably 7 or 8 at this point. Really enjoying the Kahoot live streams. Like, I think it's going to be like part of. I'm someone that really likes the like acquisition of knowledge. Um, I just like the idea of knowledge in general. So, pretty cool. Let's start with Britney Spears today. I was looking through a list of popular singers. We're getting to the point. Uh, we're getting to the point where there's not a huge amount of singers left. Sort of pop singers, but we'll try our best anyway. Let's try this one. There are. There are, but it's varying degrees of success, right? Um, there's not as many like really famous singers as you might think, like really famous, like top tier level. Um, and I could obviously diversify into other genres of music, but again, I'm a little bit. I really want to have something at the front end of the videos because when people watch it back afterwards, because something like this, like a quiz, you can watch back quite easily, and I really want something at the front end that appeals more to a more mainstream audience. Because obviously, I'm unfortunate and I've got a lot of like basically a lot of dudes that I don't particularly. How old is she actually? She's probably 80, I would say. Okay, but yeah. So I need to always have something at the front end, which is going to be something which is very popular, very mainstream. Because obviously most of the content is not really like that. Where would she have grown up? I would guess in Louisiana. Yeah, I thought she was from like the South or whatever. Britney's debut song. That would be this. What year did she release? Probably. I would say it's probably 98 or 99. I'll go 99. Close. What boy band did Britney perform with? Okay, probably Backstreet Boys. I would say. Guess. Well, it was one of those two, wasn't? Isn't one? Are they both American? Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I always get confused because I think Backstreet Boys are actually English. This I have no real idea. Oh wait a minute. 2001. She wouldn't have. She would have finished with. No, no, no. It would be. Oops, I did it again. Okay. I should really know this stuff because this is basically the era when I was like, I don't know. The thing is, I wasn't that into this era. I wasn't really that into pop music at this time, even though that is like the time when I was like younger or whatever. I would think she'd probably get sponsored by. I would say Coca-Cola. Hmm. Oh wow, that's a tough one. It must be Baby One More Time. I think probably. Well, isn't the Grammys like really tough though? It's like really hard to win because you need a really good song. I think that would count. Just my first thought was she was toxic, but oh what? No idea really. Obviously. All right. Well, we're not doing too well. We've probably got about two right. We're probably on about 20% at this point. I'll go for this one. Okay. Uh, hmm. think I remember like stuff like that. You couldn't imagine Gaga doing that, right? Did I do a Lady Gaga one? Yeah, I think I did, right? Yeah, I did. Oh dear, that's pretty embarrassing not to know that one. Why do you think she married Timberlake? I don't know why. I knew it was some. Oh man, I doubt she would call her kid Jaden. It's definitely not that. What would she call her kids? Bailey and Aaron. Sounds about right. Really? That is what she called. Interesting. That's a strange name. But anyway. It's just I think that's '07. I actually knew that one. maybe I sort of like intrinsically just hold that. 27. I might try one more Britney quiz because I'm not really. I feel I could do better than this. Okay. That's tough. Mary. Man, these are such like Mary Kate Spit. Nope. Oh man, I really don't know enough. Wouldn't be Vanessa. Wouldn't be Fran. It's either Jean or Louise. Probably Louise, normal name. Yeah, okay, that was close. Could also do. Would she team up with Cal? I doubt she would team up with Cal. She's more likely to do a US-based one. These two are like the same though. Isn't this like the proper US one? Oh, she did team up with Cal. Did she? Really? She's released that many? That's a lot. That's still a lot though. 9 albums. I'm sure it's one of these two. I reckon this. Yeah, well, I got one of the words right. Oh, I might have to try another one. 1 second. Okay. Oh, okay. I will try one more. If I can. Let me not accidentally press the right click. Let's see. I'll do better with something like this, right? This will be easier. The problem is it's just going to play the video. You know what? We're not going to do that one. I don't know. We might. Might leave it. I can't really think like. I probably wouldn't do much better when I think about it. All right, so we're going to switch over now to the topics of the day, and those topics will be. I think we're going to start with. What should we start with? Let's start with some biology. We'll do some not physics, some psychology as well. Should we just start with psychology? It might be more interesting to start with psychology because I always start with biology, and then we'll do some biology later. So I've got my big. I wonder if there's any quizzes about the actual writer of this big book I've got in front of me. Let's have a look. So let's just actually have a look at the guy that wrote this book. This is like I think the standard textbooks for university students studying psychology. I believe, anyway. Is it? Let me just see if it actually is. I don't know why I have it. I have lots of massive books for university students. Right, so we could cover the psychology, developmental, social psychology, comparative psychology, biopsychology. That might be a good one to do, biopsychology. Yeah, we'll try biopsychology. It's just literally just find any random words and search for it. That's the great thing about Kahoot, and then you can just do a quiz on it. But we're doing biology and we're doing psychology, so why not do biopsychology? We'll start with just see what this has got to say on it. Isaac's work was developed whose theory of personality? Who would have created? Well, Galen was ancient. One of the two, Greek or Rome. I think it's probably Erickson or Anderson. Probably Anderson. Okay, there's not someone else called Galen then. Interesting. According to Isaac, introverts have. You would think probably it's empathy issues. Well, that's not really interesting. They have a lower level of cortical arousal. How does that affect their behavior? Interesting. Less likely to seek excitement. They're more... Okay, we're not doing great. That makes sense, right? Because if you think about, like... Right. Because I think... Yeah, because when you think about... Because I like to think of it, my YouTube channel, like, lots of nerds, like, you know, like, annoying me. So what they're doing by annoying me is they're introverts and they're more likely to seek out excitement. And annoying me for them is excitement. That's how it works. Okay. Which of the following is not one of Isaac's personality traits? Extra must be. Introvert. Oh man, that's tough because they're literally the opposite. Maybe it's extrovert? Volatile. Yeah. Kind of obvious. It's the only one not capitalized. Should have seen that. Does ANS stand for? We will try it. I know that in psychology, I was just reading through the contents page, that you look at the nervous system, you look at the endocrine system. That's how, yeah, we might try that as well. We'll do some biopsychology as well. What in the following is a biological treatment strategy? It wouldn't be CPD, that wouldn't count as biological. A biological, oh, actually it might be. CBT was obviously like really popular from like 1950 with Rogerian side. I'm gonna go CBT. It might be meditation. It was meditation. It makes sense. I sort of knew it was meditation because there's nothing biological about CBT. How could a nursery teacher use Eysenk's theory? Probably personality types. Okay. Which of the following is not a biological treatment strategy? So we know that meditation is. Medication also would be. Sensorium, I would imagine. Interesting. I'm pretty sure this means something completely different. I can't actually remember what it means. What does that mean? Let me just check what it means, because it's annoying me, that word. It means to grind or crush food with the teeth. To soften or reduce to pulp by crushing or kneading. So it's the same as chomping, rumination. So any okay. It's kind of interesting that that's actually a very interesting fact, isn't it? That yeah. The way, yeah, it's to do with like the way we eat food in a way. Like the super version of it is by cows with the you know. Psychoticism is those who are Ooh. Probably empathy, isn't it? Yeah. I know there's a difference between psychotic and psychopathic. I always get those confused. Which of the following is a criticism of Eysenk's theory? I would imagine it's not enough personality types. That would be like in general criticisms is let's see. Yeah. That's like a very modern way of looking at things. Because the thing is, like, in the past, that wouldn't... I don't think if that was like... If it came around earlier, I'm not sure that would be a criticism. There's also, like... before we actually move on, I would like to just do... Just that last question has made me think of a different topic, which is complexity. Because that's like a mathematical topic. But sometimes complexity is actually quite an interesting issue. You know, like people's need for choice and stuff like that. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Just like a more, not like in maths. This looks interesting. This is going down to, what is the study of signs called? I just want to check what that one is. I always like to like compartmentalize things. Study of signs is semiology. Maybe we'll try a... I thought that was semiotics. That's the study of sign system. I think it's the same. Semiology or semiotics. Yeah. Semiotics or semiology is a study of sign symbols and signification. This is something which is actually very relevant in terms of... We're going to do this one first. It's actually a good segue into that. And then we'll loop back. We'll do some biology. I want to do some actual real, like, not necessarily psychological biology, but just actual straight up biology. There's all sorts of things. It's like, the great thing about this is that, and what I'm thinking of doing as well is like, I've always had a strategy for like the last 10 years where I sort of, January to March we do biology, April to June we do chemistry, and then the rest of the year sort of physics. I mean, loosely it's August to June to August. But anyway, that'd be to do with ethics, right? I'm not sure exactly the... I would imagine that, yeah, the rules would be the head of the category, right? We read instructions and write our observations because we work... I think it's to do with patterns. That's how I work, anyway. Oh. To be fair, though, I am doing biology and psychology and pop music in the same video, so... Probably language of the discipline. Yep. I wonder where these phrases come in. I'm sure the thing about stuff like this, because I do so much of stuff like this, I'm sure I'll understand where it came from. Like another time, it's almost like there's a time connection between this moment and like another moment, like probably like in the future where I'll see this again. But anyway, over time. You know what I find very interesting is I'm often able to predict what the next question is, and I wonder if that's like a similarity in brain function. Like if the person writing the questions, they'd obviously write them in sequence, right? Kind of interesting. I think it would be a big idea there. Trends. Interesting. We're going to go to semiotics and semiology in a minute. It's pretty straightforward, this. But you never know. You can always get a question which is I don't know. This is really, really obvious. It's interesting to learn the the terminology, but I wonder. The thing is, like, I wonder if the terminology is actually like specifically. It could be. It could be. It could be specific. All right. I just wonder if there's anything else in complexity. Before we just move on to semiotics, I wanted to see if there's anything more interesting in complexity. It looks like they're using the same terms. Is this by the same author? No. Yes, it is. Don't want to do general knowledge. I don't really, to be honest, general knowledge doesn't really interest me that much. It's too random. Yeah, we'll do. With this, this will merge. This is going to merge. This is going to merge into semiotics. Okay. Someone who proposed the theory of irreducible complexity. Who would do that? Doesn't look like Dawkins, not Darwin. Probably Miller. Okay, another guy I haven't heard of. I just want to see if that guy is particularly famous. Let me just look. It's a very unusual surname. I should be able to get there pretty quick. American biochemist. Oh, this is pseudoscience. That's unfortunate. Let me just read this. His claims about the irreducible complexity of essential cellular structures has been rejected, and his own biology department rejected his views. That's unfortunate. Wow. Got 9 children. That's unfortunate. To be honest, he does seem fair. He basically seems quite gifted, but he's not. Some of these people are quite gifted. They got PhDs, but they actually, when it comes to what is his actual? Why does he believe this? He came to believe there was evidence at a biochemical level that some biological systems were irreducibly complex. He thought these systems could not have evolved by natural selection. He's like a Mormon or something. This is about his book. I don't know. It's kind of like a pretty basic level philosophy. It's always a bit cringe when you have like Americans trying to do philosophy. Basically, it looks like he just got bored and he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's how it looks to me, anyway. So we're gonna just leave this guy. It's unfortunate. It's always a little bit unfortunate. Like, I think it's to do with the aging process as well. That's why it's difficult. You always have to. I don't know how have you got to that stage, dude. That's what I don't understand. He's obviously very intelligent. Uh, he appears to accept almost all of evolutionary theory, barring random mutation. What did he earn the Pegasus Award? Gosh. Yeah. That is a difficult thing, right? Because he's smart. He's smart enough to. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I tend just to not be like. It's like for me, like someone like this is like. I don't know. I just sort of switch off when they do that because I just think at the certain level it's more of a psychological issue in terms of you put your ego ahead of your actual scientific research. You're probably not that interesting, but if you come up with like um, this, it makes you more interesting. It's almost like a self. I feel like I am that interesting, by the way, but I don't know. I think it's a gimmick to do that. It's like, why didn't you just do that in the first place? And it's because probably you wanted to have a career as a biologist and as a university lecturer. All right, let's just go off the beaten track again. That's the problem with this stuff, is that it's very easy to go off the beaten track. You ready? I also think that if you do psychology, you're probably asking for there to be a more of a, because psychology in a way is like uh, it's a more communicative science. If you have a scale of people that don't say anything and the people that can't stop talking, and then you would put each science in as a point on that line. See how much. Let's see how like intrinsically I can understand it, even if I don't know the actual facts. It sounded like a later thing, right? Logically, all of the above is probably correct. Just because I've done about 20 of them, and whenever the answer is all of the above, in only one instance has that not been the answer. I don't think they would use ego because they tried to whitewash all the early teachings. I'm gonna, yeah, they probably say this. No, they did go for it. Okay, do they actually still accept ego thing? Oh man, what was the answer to this? I'll go active. I would imagine this is this. It's one of these two, right? Ooh. What would middle adulthood? Middle adulthood, that's probably about my age. So, actually, no, I'm probably a bit earlier than that. Maybe this. Yeah, actually, that is actually more like it, yeah. Yeah. That's funny. What would the turning point be? Probably inner turmoil. Yeah. Again, you have to really understand the specifics of what the word means in the context. Because inner turmoil and conflict would be used like as synonyms, so I don't know. Psychosocial stages. I think it would be the development of personality. That must be It's either personality or ego identity. The fact that he went for egocentrism means that maybe he does place the ego. Yeah, okay. So he does actually give a decent role to the ego. This is tough. Trust and mistrust later. Role confusion is later. I feel like it's something more like abstract. Okay. Let's see. How many social... I can't imagine it would be 8 or 9. I'm going to go 6. It was 8. Wow, 8 stages. Interesting. Young adulthood, what would that be? I don't know. I'm trying to think towards like some of the people that like troll my YouTube comments. I think it's probably this one. Maybe this one? Maybe this? I thought it might be that one. But I thought maybe the identity was here. And yeah, it's not though. That is tough. I think the initiative... It doesn't say... Is he doing it on purpose or what? It's tough. It's tough to understand the questions because you just have to... Because it's all about getting the right mind. It's like in business, you need to have the right mindset, right? They always say. But you see, to me, how does that say industry versus inferiority? It's like... I guess... It's industrious to do this. But he's completely messed it all up. Okay. I guess that's... I guess we have to try and think of like the meanings. See, that would be industry inferiority, right? Bro. Okay. All right. I think this would be generative. This is because this is the same stage of adulthood I'm in. That must be that, right? Ooh. So we've established this is younger. It must be to do... These two seem similar, right? Initiative versus skill, industry versus inferiority. I imagine that they're in adjacent stages of the life cycle. Right, because this is for okay, I got it. Right, so you need emotional availability in any trust or mistrust stage, which I assume is either end or early. Maybe it's here? It's tough though. I'm gonna go with this one again. That seems to make, yeah. I think because I'm thinking like the stage afterwards always. Huh. When is the most likely? I've always thought, right, that it's probably in like the 18 to 24 range, because when an adult is that age, they require the most food to maintain their energy levels. So I would guess it would be at this again, the troll age. Got it. What stage is a person looking for recognition? Recognition would be after that, right? Okay, got it. It's like, as you start, I think the good thing about this quiz is that like, or this theory in general from Erickson is that it's like you sort of get into it, you start to realize it. And now I'm gonna get 10 questions wrong in a row. We already did this, right? Yeah, we did this. It was during the formal operational stage. Yeah, that's a repeat question, that one. There's a lot of Swedish people making these theories, aren't there? Bro. I bet this is wrong. I bet the other one's right. Sorry, they say exactly the same thing, don't they? Someone doesn't like... let me see this guy. What's his name? He's not very famous. He doesn't go to a Wikipedia page. Oh, he does. Yeah. Conventional, I'd say. He's New York. Well, he didn't do too well. He committed suicide. That's unfortunate. Seems alright. Okay. It's like, bro. You know, they'd be coming out with like psychological theory. I don't know. It's a bit of a gimmick, really. Like, if you're good at psychological theories, you better be like have like some wild like cause of death, I guess. Right, pre-conventional. A person adheres to internal code they've instilled within themselves. Kind of an interesting one. I don't see how that's post-conventional. Okay, yeah, this is good. Pre-conventional, right? You preempt the punishment. You right, you do behavior to preempt punishment. Great. That's the one we like. Wasn't that 8? Or am I mistaken? Who was 8 then? I could have thought. So many of these guys have got such complex theories. Let's see how he did it. There must be, bro. Yeah, it'd be funny if someone did like a review on my performance on this test. He seems to say bro more after question 20. It is true though. It is true. I don't know what that means. It's probably a gender issue, I guess. Alright. I don't like him. Always all of the above. This, you see, why is the answer always all of the above? That's what you don't. That's what I don't get. It's so often that, apart from that one Indian girl who did a, who for some reason didn't do that. Do you use symbols to represent objects? We will get back to. We're gonna. You know what? We're gonna. That's a good sign. We're gonna be go into our semiology and semiotics section of the stream in a moment. Because I don't want to like stick to the same category constantly. It's pretty late. That's not. That's formal operational. Formal operational, buddy. That's right. I don't know. I think to be honest, there's too much interest in that. People don't reach the formal operational stage. I mean, what does it mean to not reach the formal operational stage? I wonder. But anyway, whether you can't think abstractly. That I would disagree. I would have if I was actually in psychology, I would be really super disagreeing with that. But anyway. Right, of course. Yeah. I was just thinking too. I think I was thinking in a too complex manner about that one. Okay. We've established that he just talks nonsense. Oh, we know this one. Oh. Uh-oh. Don't want to get this one wrong. Just wanted to make 100% sure, because that would bring great shame to me if I got that wrong. You don't get that wrong, unless you're a complete idiot. There's certain questions where you really don't want to get it wrong. I've already had a few of them, to be honest. If you want to read, you can always go back and look those up if you want. This also is like, you really should know this. Ooh. It's food or comfort for sure. Food or comfort. Ooh. Okay. This I don't quite understand the question. This is to do with I know there's like experiments like if you put like fabric or something, or if you give someone like a load of sandpaper when they're like, I can't exactly remember it. This is like the closest thing to it. Yeah, it's something like that. I vaguely remember it. That the like the softness of the material is like super important or something. Oh, do you remember this, Argo? Yeah, I would say this one is. I mean, it must be sometimes about that. I'm going to go rarely, though. Okay, it's just not. I mean, I should have known that, seeing as I put comfort for the question 2 ago. Let's see what is actually the reason. Comfort. It's probably one of these two, right? We'll go for that. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of a switch, and we're going to go to semiotics. I don't know. These are some quite good surveys. Let's see if we can maybe we could put one more in. We've already done ones like this. Should we go semiotics? I think we're going to go semiotics. Because honestly, like, this is actually very interesting, though, that, like, these are, like, icons which actually have meaning, right? And one of the things that in the internet now is that a lot of people complain, like what do you call it? Semiologists? They can complain that memes don't have necessarily meaning. Now, to me, it seems like they do, right? I just don't know if we're going to find this. Let's try. Let's just try a few. We might try semiology as well. See, in general, you won't actually find any memes in this section because memes are seen as basically like rubbish. Like, from what I understand, memes are seen by like semioticists or whatever the word is for. I can't literally. It's so hard to. What can I get? Semiologists. Semiotic. But is it semiologist or semioticist? Right, this guy's important. Saussure. Right, it's icon and index for sure, right? Or is it? I think it's icon and index. Let me just. I just want to. One thing I want to just check is what the actual name of the person that studies it is called. Semioticist. Is that a word? Let me just look up this guy, Ferdinand. He was a semiotician. Okay, it's semiotician. He founded many significant. Okay, so we're in the right ballpark. Right. So signifier and signified. Okay. What is an indexical sign? I think it's a learned association. You know what's very interesting? That some people will say this word learned, and some will go learn ed. I think that might be an Americanism. That's wrong. So indexical is like is identical to what it represents. Okay, so it's like what's the equivalent of that? Right, identical points. Okay. All right, we're not doing too well here. We're gonna have to do a few of these ones, just to improve. Just because I sort of know it, but this is memes, right? This is. You know what's funny? I always used to say meme because it's actually a French word. But anyway. Okay, symbolic is learned association. Okay, we got it. I got it. I'm not sure about this guy. What would he call it? This is my first guess. Okay. Okay. No, of course, because Saussure did the other one, did those ones. Nah, this is tough. We're not doing very well on this test. I didn't realise how hard this topic was. I think it's probably this. When it comes to that sort of stuff, it's like it makes me, like, some stuff I think I inherently understand. Okay, they're all cultural myths. Okay. Well, we just established that was true, right? Right. The producer encodes the media, the audience decodes the media. Now, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm just trying to think which one I might want to do. You notice, by the way, all the people that make this are women for some reason. I wonder why that is. Oh no, we've got a bloke. I wonder if the bloke actually has got a different viewpoint on it. I would like to be able to find like a. You know, I wonder if there's actually anyone that's actually tried to study memes in like a, in this framework, in like a, like, you know. I just want to check the. What's it? Semiotician. Okay. This is a bit better. Connotation. There's a word I use often when I'm writing essays in English. Okay, so it doesn't mean anything different. This word is difficult. Okay, a literal description. I just didn't know that. Oh man, I know this phrase. Yeah, that makes sense. I could do like Brechtian or Stanislavski and stuff like that. That might be an interesting one to do. Right. Disagreement is active. Passive. Slightly different approach, this one. Ooh. Lucky it's a UK based one, otherwise this would make no sense to me. But it does. Okay. Very good. I imagine it's something like one of these two. Yeah. So it's not quite what I was looking for there. I'm kind of looking for a longer one. Let's try like a more, something like this. I don't know. You know what's like annoying is that like, yeah, I just wish I got more viewers. Really, I really wish I got more viewers and better viewers, because it'd be much more fun for me to actually be discussing this with people on the stream. That's almost why I'm streaming it. Problem is, it's a lot easier. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. So denotation is a literal description. I think it means literal description of the whole, right? Yep. The meaning behind this is to do with birthdays, right? No, orange is correct, dude. There's no way that's Nike, dude. That's the meaning behind the tick is Nike, but it's not. I can't believe that's correct. Give me a second here. Denotation. Denotational semantics. There's all this computer rubbish. What? Give me a minute here. I'm not happy with this answer at all. How is that that? The literal or primary meaning of a word. Beyond their immediate denotation, the words have a connotative power. That cannot be correct. That does not tell you that is Nike, unless you have knowledge that it is Nike. But anyway, it's a bit annoying, that one. I might just stick to philosophy, to be honest. It just annoys me when stuff like that happens. What? Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But I wonder where does maybe there's it's just like too low level. At a high level, they explain why it's like this. Yeah, signifiers are more. Okay. That might do something on water. Should we finish off with some capillary action stuff? I feel like there's various. I need to maybe find some semiotic categories, semiotician categories. Yeah, I'm not happy with this word, the way it's used. Yeah, this is. I know this is the answer now, but it's like, why? Because it's not a literal meaning of this symbol. It's like a sociological interpretation. I don't know. It's always you can. I know what it means though, because the problem is there's no literal meaning of any symbol when you look at it that way. If you really look at it in a very like strict way. Right, it's actually doing what I thought. Okay, so it isn't that. I wonder what it means then. I wonder what this word would have to be for the answer to be this. Because the thing is, like the letter T. I don't know. What it comes down to, right, is it's like which symbol is the most commonly understood by the widest range of people. And that defines what denote means. It's kind of interesting. The fact that fruit is also the answer there. Because the thing is that the answer for signify and denote would be the same there, right? This is different though, right? Because this one, it actually says the word in it. That's kind of like a different. Oh, man, I really want to find. You know what? I'm just going to do a bit more in this semiotics category because I'd like to maybe get to a little bit. Again, I don't. Yeah, I knew Kobe Bryant would be there as well. Okay, but okay, let me go back. I'm going to go back to this Saussure. Wasn't there another guy? Who was the other guy that we just found was a semiotician? Who was that other guy? I literally just checked it. Let me just check this 1 second. Oh, I didn't look at his. Did I not look at his profile? He did a book called Mythologies, right? In 1957. Was that the book? Let me just check. I'm just trying to remember this guy's name. Let's see if it was 57. I got it right. Correct. Roland Barthes. Okay. So he looked at the similarity of the process of myth creation, updating Saussure's system. Okay. Let's see if there's maybe something specific to this guy, Barthes. Might be interesting. Are we at the end of this quiz? I think we are, right? Yeah. You know what's weird? Sometimes I just remember the name of the book and the year, and I forget the name of the actual person. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad. So his name was Roland Barthes. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. Okay, this is going. This because it's slightly more updated. They might see like some like a meme type stuff here. Okay, because this would be probably before. I think who invented the meme? Dawkins, right? In the 70s, I think, invented the common usage of the word meme. So this would be 57 after. So he probably derived it from this guy. Using stories to impart information can be related with which media epoch? I think it came in print, right? Okay, I don't actually know the epochs. According to McLuhan, what does the rise of the telegraph lead to? That must be how the digital epoch started. Global village, okay. Media technology is not just a conduit for the transmission of messages. So these must be all people that are actually involved with this. I might be that Brolin's going to come through here. No? Well, he's not very good, is he, this guy? Technological determinism is a critique of which theory? Media ecology, I haven't heard of that one. Might have to check that as well. Here we go, that's what we want. Okay, whatever, dude. No, well, signs and signal. I think I've got every single one wrong so far. Democratized access of information over time. I don't know when this is supposed to have taken place. It would be easy if I actually saw the list of the actual timing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Signifiers, right? He was. Oh wait, no. This is. Oh man. Not Barthez. I've forgotten the name of the other guy now. The one before. Saussure. Saussure did this. He expanded. Damn it. Sorry, Saussure did not. Saussure did do that, right? I'm sure Saussure did this. Bro. Oh my god, there's so many people called this. Ferdinand, you did this, right? Oh no, you were way cooler than that. Yeah, you were more linguistics. You were way before this. Okay, I got it. This is where it started. This stuff is I think it's still Barthez, from what I understand. I really need to get better at this stuff. That would be second, I think. The sign derives... First is sign. Okay. Values is second. Okay. I think the first is sort of like a denotation type. Exactly the same. Second is values. Certainly pathos. Would it be Aristotle? He's a bit more maths. science. Yeah, what is this one? This is an interesting one. That's got to be ideology, right? Hmm. uh, yeah, you could do memory. That's also a part of psychology. What are the standards of narrative rationality? Ah, is that so? There's actually a really cool philosophy theory I like called coherentism. Might do that one day. One of these two, I'd say. I'll go for this one. Dramatistic pentad. Let me look at that. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Okay. Ah, it's literary cricket. Not literary cricket. Critic. Oh yeah, it's similar to computer science actually. You know how computer science has what and how, and this has got who, what, where, by what means, why, how, and when. It's like an upgraded version of what and how. Is what and how in there? Oh no, how's not in there. I guess you don't care about how. That's a shame. If how was in there, it would be an upgrade. That's just a different operating system. Okay, anyway. All right. I have no idea, dude. We will never know what exam 2 did. Could try a couple more. Let's see if we've got any interesting stuff. Oh, you study this in A2 Media Studies, do you? We'll look at a little A2 Media Studies. Why not? Did I study? I think I might even. Oh no, I didn't study this. For those that don't know, if you this is basically what you study when you're your final year of school, when you're like 17 to 18. You do your A2 qualifications. According to the uses and gratifications theory, what are the 4 key appeals of media texts? Go for this one. Right, because you can see how people want to find out about their own identity. They want to know about relationships. They want to be seen as the surveillor. Is that a word, surveillor? Surveillor, someone who surveil. Let me just check that. The thing is, but the reason I like to do these types of videos is because this is stuff which there is none. It says there's one tendency to call them a surveilleur. In this case, it seems to be a neologism. Well, another one is to call them a surveillant, similar to the French word. Not really. So for some reason that word never actually came into language. Kind of, I don't know why. But anyway, which of these is a primary mode of audience engagement? Primary mode of audience engagement. So there'd be an active role. Not quite sure why that's the case. I would say passive. Prosumers. I guess that's an interesting word, actually, isn't it? Because that's what you could call like a YouTuber like me. Like I'm consuming this, but I'm also producing content. And I guess that's something which didn't really happen before. Like you could look at X Factor as an example. The producers, they would just get any contestant, and the contestants were seen as like a lower social class. If X Factor was like a commune, then, well, I mean, it would be, well, actually, let's not even go there. Actually, Approprian character type. Honestly, all these seem like this seems like nonsense. What? What does that mean? Yeah, I should have done media studies. A2. Approprian. What does that mean? Let's see. Oh yeah. He studied Russian folk tales to identify their simplest irreducible structural units. Oh, he did teach Russian and German. Normally the Russians that are smarter, they actually know German as well. And Stanislavski, was he German? There were 31 basic structural elements of fairy tales, of Russian fairy tales. Let's see what they are. Absentation, interdiction, violation, reconnaissance, delivery, trickery, complicity, villainy, mediation. Interesting. Okay. I'm not going to get too much into it here, though. I wonder what this one is, though. The one that we didn't know. I just want to just... It's in characters. All the characters in Tales could be resolved into 7 abstract character functions. The villain, the dispatcher, the helper, the princess or prize, and often her father. The hero deserves her throughout the stories, but is unable to marry her as a consequence of some evil or injustice, perhaps the work of the villain. The hero's journey is often ended when he marries the princess, which constitutes the villain's defeat. That's interesting, right? It's kind of interesting how that's actually very, very true. By defeating the... it's kind of really messed up when you think about it. That's what happens when you defeat the villain. I think in the film Speed, right? As soon as Keanu kills Dennis Hopper, then he gets with Sandra Bullock like immediately. It's like, what? So that's basically saying if you kill someone, that's a good way to, like, for sexual conquest. That's what it's teaching, essentially, which is interesting. I don't know this one. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff, right? What does Gerbner's cultivation theory relate to? The reps. I don't know what that means, reps. Representatives, I guess. I think that's probably true, though. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. Let's see what this one is. I know. I did actually just read about this binary opposition thing. Just while I was browsing. Okay, which theorist believed every media product followed a 4-act narrative structure? It probably wasn't Barthes, right? I'll go Todorov. She was correct. What are the 4 acts found in Todorov's equilibrium theory? My first thought is just this. Well, this one's got good. We wouldn't need. Let's go for this. Yeah. Often it's kind of interesting. Often you find that like it kind of makes sense, right? More so than when you try and actually look at like actual like mathematical stuff, which seems to make less sense. Which of the following are 2 narrative codes created by Roland Barthes? Okay, we've done this one, right? Maybe we didn't have. Maybe well, that didn't come. Maybe I need to look at Roland Barthes a bit more. Alright. I've forgotten that simulacra. I think I even probably used it in like an essay I've written. Yeah, simulacra is. Doesn't simulacra actually mean the same as semiotics? Let me do simulacra synonyms. I think it actually literally means the same as semiotics. Oh no, it's slightly different. It replaces reality. Well, that is what a sign is. It replaces reality with its representation. That is what it is, surely. What is the most sophisticated level of need? Oh, okay, I know this one. Safety is at the bottom. Physiological is above. No. Physiological at the bottom, then safety above, then esteem, then self-actualization. Verisimilitude. Oh, man, sorry, a little bit excited about that word. It's just eluding me what it actually means. Okay, got it. That is too funny. That word you don't want to. They probably don't use it anymore. Okay. I think it might be this. Well, I don't think it's this, but it's probably this. It's an interesting concept, that. It's like bringing the quote into like a generalized space, which is kind of cool. I hate this term. It's super. This term in itself is actually against. You shouldn't really use this term. Anyway, I think, you know what? I think we're probably going to just leave it there. We've done about an hour and a half. Been pretty good stream. I did mean to do a bit more biology. I didn't. I did kind of some biology in the psychology section earlier on, but we are going to leave it there. So until next time, thanks for watching.